We're going to dye my eyebrows now. I even do this on myself wearing gloves because I'm used to working this way in the salon. My eyebrows are white, they're like peach fuzz, that's just genetics. In my particular situation, I'll be using black eyebrow dye mixed in a 1:1 ratio. This specific type of dye from this particular brand is quite gentle, and in my case, it won't give me the same intensity that some other dyes provide. That's why I always opt for black, because the brown shade on me tends to look reddish and is barely noticeable. When you're coloring sparse eyebrows, I really don't recommend using a brush, because the dye actually needs to be pressed into the skin, not just spread over it. For situations like these, a spiral brush like this is the most effective tool. I always hold it parallel to the brow, and with these tapping motions, using its entire flat surface, I apply the color. It immediately adheres to the skin and applies beautifully. When you apply the dye with these brow parallel strokes, the color goes on so neatly and you don't even need to correct the brow's outline. See how precise it looks? If I were to apply the dye using just the tip of the applicator stick, it would definitely go beyond the outline. In any case, I had already prepared cotton swabs moistened with micellar water, and out of habit, I simply touched up the outline. By the way, at the start, I showed you a small bottle of developer which was marked 6%. I poured it out and added the 3% solution because for fine hairs like mine, 3% is sufficient. 6% is recommended for gray eyebrows, for coarse hairs. So keep that in mind. Always consider the thickness of your hairs and if there's any gray. And now I've dyed the second eyebrow and I'm also correcting the outline. This is what I ended up with. I consider it to be perfectly even. Besides my eyebrows, I use this pigment to draw my eyeliner, which lasts for a full 7 days. But first, I'm going to apply some moisturizing balm, mixed oil to my lips. This is so they can get nourished and hydrated for a bit, because later on, I'll also be doing my makeup. And I'll also be taking out the socks from my hair to show you my finished hairstyle. For a template, I'm using medical adhesive tape. I'll be drawing my eyeliner with a direct acting eyebrow pigment, specifically a dark brown shade. The pigment dries very quickly, literally in a matter of seconds, so I wouldn't dare apply it without stencil. So what I mean is, to draw the eyeliner wings, I'm using this particular thin, flat brush. This pigment doesn't need mixing, it's pre-mixed. I start right from the template. I run the brush over the tape and slightly onto the skin. I want the eyeliner to be as thin as possible. From the outer corner, I draw the liner about halfway across the lid, so you really need to look at it visually to make the eye appear elongated. My eyes are quite round. While I was applying the eyeliner, the brow tinting time was up, so I can wash them off now. You see, I used the very darkest black color. The result turned out to be gray, and naturally, I love it. I just applied it, let it set, and then immediately wash off the liner. The pigment only needs 2 or 3 minutes. It's very potent. These lines last me 5 to 7 days, depending on the makeup I wear and what I use to remove it. But with this liner, I do very light makeup, so I use micellar water less often. Some water. I'm showing you that this eyeliner is long-lasting and won't wash off. You can get caught in the rain or even swim with them in the ocean and everything will stay perfectly in place. And next, I'm going to do a medium, not too heavy makeup look today. My skin has already been thoroughly cleansed, so I'll immediately apply this toner from Medipil. It's a very popular South Korean skincare brand. I'll take about 3 pumps into my palm, gently rub it, and then apply it all over my face. It restores pH balance, deeply moisturizes, and acts as a booster. It loosens the epidermis's top layer, allowing active ingredients from serums or creams to penetrate deeper and work more effectively. On top, also from Medipil, I apply this night cream. Although it's a night cream, it can be used during the day, which is what I do. Its texture is a dense gel, light, melting on the skin. It truly penetrates deep down and gets to work. Even when you just rinse your face with water, your skin already looks so hydrated and smooth. Fine lines caused by dryness are smoothed away. With this pencil, I carefully fill in my lash line. I don't like bare lash lines as it immediately gives a sickly appearance. I'm using a light beige sandy shade of foundation. This amount is sufficient and I apply it to my face with a sponge. I soak the makeup sponge in hot water. I really like how foundation applies after using it, and on the skin, especially on more mature complexions, it feels completely undetectable. It goes on like a very fine, thin fluid. Because I initially prepared my skin thoroughly, nothing will crease or roll off throughout the entire day. With concealer, I'm brightening all of the hollow areas on my face. My face has a lot of natural contours, so this particular step is absolutely essential for me. In this video, I'm using a cream stick just because I felt like it today. It's actually quite affordable, by the way, and the quality is really good. I'll leave links to all of the products that I'm using in this video down in the description box below. Instead of blush, I'll be using this particular lipstick. I really like the color. Lately, I've actually been using lipsticks quite often as blush. Sometimes I even use lip pencils in those lovely raspberry shades with a creamy texture. For my eyelids, I'm going to apply these creamy nude eyeshadows. First, I'll use my fingers and then I'll carefully blend them out with a brush. From the outer corner of the eye, I'm moving to the inner. I'm blending the border up towards the eyebrows with a light beige color. I'm going to correct these eyeliner wings with this particular liquid creamy concealer and a very fine brush. In doing this, I'm essentially creating a subtle, natural-looking lifting effect. I'm blending the concealer out in a diagonal motion, moving it upwards towards my temples. And all that's left for me to do now is to apply mascara to my eyelashes and then finish up my lips. And then after that, we'll be taking off the socks from my head. With a nude lip pencil, I carefully outline the contour of my rather thin lips, and then right on top I apply Estee Lauder lipstick. It's quite rich, applies easily, but it's better to blend it later with a brush because the stick is so slippery and my lips are nourished. If you remember at the start of the video, I applied the nourishing oil balm to them. This is the result, and all that's left is for me to set it with mineral powder. My powder is from Banilacon, and now let's finally take these socks out of my hair. I already have a video where I use my husband's socks on my head, but in that particular one I finished the curls a little bit differently. There I brushed them through with a round brush in this specific way, and the final result I achieved was soft, with perfectly smoothed, even and beautifully defined dense curls. In this video, I won't be smoothing my hair with a round brush. You can compare them, and then in the comments, please let me know which result you liked more from the previous video or the one shown in this video. If you love those thick, shiny, bouncy curls, but you're afraid to use hot styling tools on your hair, I really recommend using socks. It's super safe for your hair, even for the most damaged, ruined hair. It's probably the gentlest styling method in the world. These are cotton socks. We don't apply any temperature to them. They're very comfortable to sleep in. So what exactly is going on with me here? I took the socks off my head and I decided not to comb my hair. I wanted to keep a more elaborate, textured look so that the individual hair strands would be clearly defined within the sections. I gently tousled my hair at the roots with my fingers, then arranged it along its length exactly how I like it. And lifting the strands at the roots, I added flexible hold hairspray for stiffness because my hair is quite soft and really needs that firmness. If your hair is porous, naturally resilient, and holds its volume well on its own, then you might not need to do this step. If your short neck hair, like mine, doesn't curl when you wear it, you can simply use a curling iron. Girls, I'm so grateful you watched my video. Please subscribe. Until next time.